I promised you we'd talk about it, so today we're going to talk about it because we don't have that much time left before it happens. So we're going to talk about the eclipse that's coming up this April 8th. I've never seen anything like it. I'm not Christian. I can see where many people would think that we are living in the biblical time of the rapture. And after we talk about this eclipse, you'll understand why I feel that way. Okay, so it's the path of these eclipses that has people in a stir. Okay, pretty big stir. But before we get into the biblical shit, I just want to go over some of the other things. They're already closing schools. They're already announcing that their school will be closed that day. Many are saying that it's a safety concern. Now, the only safety thing I've ever, actually, in fact, the only preparation I've ever heard the news cover when it comes to an eclipse, a solar eclipse, is they tell us not to look into the sun, and they tell us to get these certain glasses to use if we want to watch it. Okay, that's the only thing I've ever heard them say. On this one, they're closing schools. Why? Don't tell me it's safety. It's not safety. Why? What are you not telling us? They are giving us these tips, okay? And this is just what I find wild. I don't understand this. For an eclipse, okay? For an eclipse, this is what three different news stations so far have said. Have cash on hand. Make all your appointments earlier in the day. Get gas, fill up your tanks. Buy groceries. Have a communication plan with friends and family. And prepare for the communications to go down. They're telling us to prepare for our communications to go down. And that if we don't have a landline, to find a neighbor that does, just in case there's an emergency and we need to dial 911. No joke, this is what some of the news stations are telling us to do. Seems like there's a little bit more to the story here, doesn't there? There's something strange here. I don't know. I feel it. Okay, so in the next video, this will probably be 2 to 3 parts because I want to talk about the Hopi tribe prophecy with this eclipse, the blue star that goes along with it, and also the comet that is going to be flying over us at the same day or at the same time that all this is going down. Okay, so now since we're living in the time where biblical shit is happening, and I would not be doing my job right if I did not cover this and relay this information to you. We're going to talk about some of the eerie facts that align with some of the Bible's prophecies. A total solar eclipse is when the moon travels between the earth and the sun, blocking the sun's light from us. Sorry, I still can't get used to this horizontal thing, so I'm not looking at you. I apologize. It's going to take me a minute to adjust. But that is what an eclipse is, okay? It's just a certain pathway of the moon, and it's going between the sun and the earth, creating a blockage. And you can watch it as it happens. Like if this is your sun, you're going to see this move, and it's going to become a crescent, and then it's going to be gone. And this time it's going to block our light completely for 4 minutes and 30 something seconds. And then we'll have light again. Okay, it'll start to descend. The path that this is going through, the states that it's going through, okay, so starting in Mexico, entering the U.S., it's going through Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, and also in parts of Canada. Where it crosses with the previous solar eclipse that we had in 2017 is going to be in, we're talking rapture. Yeah. Okay. So, we're going to back up even further. We're going to talk about a total of 3 eclipses. Okay? There is, or 4 if you count the one we're about to have. There were 2 that we had in 2017. The other one we had last year in 2023. And then the one we have coming up in 2024. Okay, so try and keep up. I know it's a lot. It's a lot of information. Okay. We're going to start with the path of these eclipses. Okay, so the 2 that we had, the first pathway, I want you to look at the 2 from 2017 and the 1 in 2023. It makes this shape. And then the other one that we are about to have, one from 2017 and coming up April 8th. I don't know if I said that date yet. April 8th, 2024. Makes this pathway. So what are we seeing here? Okay, in the first one, we see a letter A. I gotta talk a little bit faster because I don't know how I'm gonna fit this all in this video. But we see the letter A. Okay, in the Hebrew alphabet, it is the first letter in the original Hebrew alphabet, and this is the letter is Aleph. In the second one, when we see the X, this is called Tav, the Tav, and it is the last letter in the Hebrew alphabet. And this is important. So we have the first, we have the last. Okay? So I'm going to read you a scripture. And this is when it starts to get a little creepy. Okay? This is Revelations 22:13 through 22:14. Whoa. I know I did not just see that. Anybody see something weird happen with my eyes just then? I swear it's not a camera trick. I swear I saw something crazy happen with my eyes. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Okay. So I'm going to read you this scripture. It's in the New King James Version. Okay. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are those who do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may they enter through the gates into the city. Ironically, these make the shapes of Hebrew, these pathways make the shapes of these Hebrew letters. The first and the last in the alphabet, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. You get me? You following me? Okay, there's more. So the Tav means truth in Greek. Okay. The X is the symbol for the letter Chi, which is also the first letter in the Greek word for Christ.